In this session, we're going to talk specifically about setting up the Cart66 eCommerce plugin. Before we install it, I need to show you our pages list. You can see we have About Us, with a child to Contact Us, a blog, and a home page. Cart66 is going to add to this later, so we'll come back to it in a little bit. Now let's go install the plugin. Right here in the WordPress plugin repository is Cart66 Lite, the free version. It's fully capable of selling whatever you like, but if you want the paid version, you should go to their site, purchase it, and download it, and install it using the upload feature on this page. So we'll install this one now. Then we'll activate it. Now on the left, you'll see we have a Cart66 nav item. Let's go back and look at pages real quick. As you can see, it added quite a few pages for us. There's a store, a cart, a checkout, an express page, an IPN page, the Majira secure checkout, and a receipt page. Almost none of these are related to your products specifically. These are all related to the process of adding products to a cart and purchasing them. The store page is a plain regular page. There's nothing special or unique about it. They just happen to create it for you and call it store. Once we have some products, I'll show you how to use it. First, let's look at what's in Cart66. We'll start first with the Settings tab. The big blue banner at the top is an advertisement for the relationship with Majira. It's a service and goes through a third-party website, but it makes it very easy to use. We're going to skip this for now. So under your main settings is an option to hide the system pages. Those are all the pages that we looked at a little bit ago. This is important for people who let WordPress automatically create their primary navigation on their site. If you do that, then all of those pages related to checkout would automatically appear in your navigation, and that would be quite ugly. On the other hand, if you build your own navigation using the Appearance Menus option, then this question is irrelevant. The next several fields are related specifically to location and currency. You can choose your country, your currency symbol or character, whether or not you accept international sales, credit cards, etc. There's a question here about SSL. SSL stands for Secure Socket Layer and is a method for encrypting the transfer of information between the website and the end user. This is particularly important when they are putting credit card information into a form on your website. If you intend to allow them to do this, you really should use SSL. Now you can use Cart66 without having them put credit card information into your site. An example is if you use PayPal, because the end user is going to leave your site to pay at PayPal and then come back. Another example is the Majira plugin that had a banner at the top of this page originally. They take care of all of that kind of thing. And lastly is a question about database sessions. Sessions are what allow WordPress to keep track of what your user is doing from page to page, specifically knowing what's in their cart. It says database sessions offer better performance, but if you have trouble with them, try using the standard PHP sessions by disabling database sessions. In WordPress, anytime you see one of these little arrows on a gray bar, you can click it to minimize that bar. Next, we'll look at cart and checkout settings. There are shipping options and pricing options. This Ajax Add to Cart is particularly nice. It makes it so that when they add something to the cart, it doesn't reload the entire page. You can choose to have product links in the cart, and if you're logged in, you can choose to have edit links right on your products. Tax rates are tricky because they're different for just about every single location. Some states and countries do not require tax on internet sales. Some do. The ones that do charge a different rate than every other location. For this area, you're going to have to find out for yourself what taxes are like for you. Here's an area specifically related to Majira. In order to use any of this, you have to sign up for an account with them and get an access key. Then there are more options here. There's an entire tab for setting up PayPal. This connects your site with PayPal so that when someone wants to pay, it ushers them over to PayPal, and when they're done paying, it ushers them back to your website to the proper place. You can get this information from the PayPal documentation for your account. This tab, because we're using the light version, doesn't really have anything in it except a commercial to get the professional version. If we had the professional version, you would be able to choose a payment gateway here and put in your account information for that gateway. When someone purchases something, they get an email receipt. This area allows you to configure that email receipt to say whatever you'd like. This is where you can set your order statuses. As it says there, for example, you may have new, complete, or cancel as statuses. For digital products, you need to have your digital products available on your website somewhere so that people can download them once they purchase them. However, if you put them into a normal web folder, then someone could just stumble upon them and download them. So it's highly recommended that you put your products in a folder above your web document root. If that doesn't make any sense to you, you'll note that right here, they provide an example of where you are now. In this example, that's the path to my document root. And so what I should put in is something parallel with public HTML. Now, that folder is not accessible from the web, but it is accessible to Cart66, so that when someone purchases something, it can go get it and offer it to them as a download. Now, simply saving this does not create that folder. You'll need to log in with your FTP client and create the folder and put your products there. Next is your store homepage. You have several options here. When someone clicks Continue Shopping, you can send them back to the last page, or you can always go to the store homepage. And then you get to put in here where your store homepage is. You can make it any page on your site that you wish. It could be the default store page that they created, or you could create something completely new. If you have Cart66 Professional, there's Google Analytics eCommerce tracking. That helps greatly in knowing what products people are looking at, which ones they put in their cart and then take out and abandon, and which ones they actually buy. Spreedly is a service that handles your payment gateway as well as subscriptions to your site if you wish it. If that's something you'd like to use, you can go to their website and get this information. Amazon S3, as it says, is a simple web services interface for delivering digital content. This would be someplace else you could put your digital products, or even your images for your regular products. If you wanted to use this, you'd have to create an account with Amazon and get your access key and secret key. If you use Constant Contact and you have Cart66 Professional, you can integrate the two so that you can easily send email to your buyers. The same holds true for MailChimp and iDev Affiliate and the Zendesk service. If you have Cart66 Professional, you can set up a Terms of Service page that users must agree to before they can purchase something. You can customize the various images that Cart66 uses. All you have to do is create images with these names and put them in a folder on your website. Then in this field, tell Cart66 where those images are. You can also create a custom CSS file for Cart66. Put it in your theme folder, or anywhere else you'd like, and then tell Cart66 where it is. Lastly, you're able to determine who is allowed to do what with your store. If you have multiple users and multiple administrators on your site, you can say that only editors can create products, and so on and so forth. There's also an error logging and debugging area. This is particularly useful if something's going wrong and you need to send some information to the support area. And those are the Cart66 settings. Fortunately, once it's set up, the rest is fairly easy.